Chapter 2, You Are Here. Wow, I'm impressed. You've gotten yourself to take action and read past the first chapter. As of this very moment, you are amongst a small percentage of individuals who read past the first chapter of a self-help book. You have just dramatically increased your chances of success, and I'm going to do my absolute best to ensure you have the tools you need to achieve your goals of creating a better life. Before we get started on exactly how the OneSource personal development system works, allow me just a moment to explain how to get the very most out of this program. It's important to note that my major objective of putting this workbook together was to structure it in a format that's easy to follow and implement while avoiding what can only be referred to as all the fluff that is found in the greater majority of self-help books today. As you progress with your reading, I urge you to highlight all the sentences, paragraphs, and pages which you find particularly interesting. This book was not designed to keep in perfect condition. Instead, I would much prefer if you took the time to mark, take notes, and highlight the areas so you can review or reference key information quickly in the future. In addition, you will notice that this workbook is just that, a workbook. It contains several exercises to assist you in your journey to direct your focus, create a balanced life, and discover your true purpose. I cannot stress strongly enough how important it is that you do each exercise down to the smallest detail. Trust me, these exercises have been designed to help you get the absolute most out of the OneSource personal development system. Okay, let's begin. Similar to mapping out any journey you are about to partake on, there are two key elements that are required. You must know exactly where you are, and you must know exactly where you want to go. Let us begin by determining exactly where you are at this point in time. As discussed in Chapter 1, there are 4 key areas that we all need to focus our attention on a consistent basis to create balance in our life. They are as follows: your relationships, your level of health and fitness, your personal growth, your business or career, and your finances. Let's start with a brief exercise to determine where you are in your relationships at this moment in time. Take the time now to answer as openly and honestly the following questions. Exercise 1. Relationships. Are you currently in a relationship? If not, would you like to be in a relationship? If you are in a relationship, how would you rate your relationship? If you're not in a relationship, why do you think that is? If you are in a relationship, can you honestly say that you take the time on a consistent basis to improve your relationship? If you are not in a relationship and would like to be, can you honestly say that you are consistently trying to pursue one? If you are in a relationship, list 4 actions you can take on a daily basis that would improve the quality of the relationship. For an example, tell my partner that I love her or him, or give my partner a passionate kiss every day before I leave. If you are not in a relationship, name 4 actions you can take on a daily basis to increase your chances of meeting someone. For an example, always take the time to dress my best. Always make eye contact and smile more. Take some time to list the other key people in your life. Take a moment to rate your current relationship as either poor, fair, good, or great. Some examples of the people to include on your list are the names of your children, your parents, siblings, friends, co-workers, or any individual you have regular contact with. Write as many people down as possible. You can use the list below, or you can make up your own. But list each individual and rate them. Again, use the rating that we had talked about just a moment ago. Would you rate your relationship as poor, fair, good, or great? List as many individuals who are in your life as you can think of. Now, take a few minutes to review your answers. Take your time and really try to get a good understanding of where your key relationships are at this point in time. Did you do it? Did you really take the time to answer all the above questions openly and honestly? Equally important, Did you take the time to review your answers? If not, please do not continue until you have completed the above exercise. This is critical to determine exactly where you are in your relationships. Okay, now that you have completed the first exercise, have you learned anything about your relationships? How do you feel about the way your relationships are at this moment? Can you honestly say you are happy with the way things are? Well, if you are anything like the majority of individuals who have taken part in this exercise, including myself, you most likely have noticed that in at least some of your current relationship, there is room for improvement. Or perhaps you are 100% satisfied that all your relationships are in good shape, which is fantastic. The main objective of this exercise and the remainder of the exercises in this chapter is to do one thing: help you identify potential problems in key areas of your life. Now, it's important to note that as we continue and you begin to identify some potential or even real problems in your life, you may begin to feel what is best described as pain. Pain can motivate us to take action, and action is exactly what is required to create balance in our life. Now, without getting into too much detail or getting into the science behind the system, allow me to introduce you to two major forces behind all your actions: pleasure and pain. Believe it or not, from the moment your eyes open in the morning until they close at night, each action you take is based on your internal need to gain pleasure or avoid pain. Take a moment to think about it, or better yet, allow me to give you a few examples. If you're like the millions of people around the world who wake up most mornings to the sound of an alarm clock, what do you think motivates you to get out of bed? Well, for many individuals, it's because of the pain they link to the idea of being late and the trouble it will create for them. However, have you ever had the experience of shutting off the alarm clock and simply going back to sleep? Well, if you have, it was because at that point in time, the pleasure of going back to sleep was more of a driving force than the pain of being late. As I already mentioned, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the science behind the system. However, if you are interested in learning more about the power of pain and pleasure, I suggest you Google neuro-linguistic programming or the science of neuro-associative conditioning, which was created by Tony Robbins and is the driving force behind his personal power programs and seminars. For the moment, all you really need to know is that the system is designed to use these two driving forces to assist you to creating balance by linking up pleasure in your mind whenever you take a positive action and pain to not take an action. In addition, we are going to incorporate these two driving forces into one of the steps of our system that you can do in under 5 minutes per day. Now, let's get back to the business of discovering exactly where you are so we can start working on getting where you need to be. Hopefully, you have a fair idea of what shape your relationships are in. Again, it does not matter what condition your relationships are in at this particular moment. All we are doing is attempting to identify a clear starting point based on where you are right now. How about your health and fitness? Take a moment now to do the following exercise in order to get a better understanding of where you really are in the area of your health and fitness. Please take note that I in no way, shape, or form am attempting to persuade you to lose weight, quit smoking, or join a health club. You and only you know if you're truly happy within your own skin. All I ask is that you be honest with yourself. Exercise 2. Health and fitness. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your current level of health and fitness. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your current energy level. What is your current weight? What is your ideal weight? Are you happy with your current weight? Do you currently smoke? If yes, how much? If you smoke, do you feel it is causing a problem? If you smoke, would you like to stop? Do you currently drink alcohol? If yes, how much? If you drink alcohol, do you think it's causing a problem? If you drink alcohol, would you like to cut down or perhaps stop altogether? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your daily diet. How often per week would you eat fast food? Do you currently have any health issues or challenges? If so, what are they? Do you currently take any medications? And if so, what are they? If you are currently taking medication, do you believe it would be possible to get off them over a period of time if you took better care of yourself? How often do you exercise? Do you feel you get enough exercise? What is your favorite form of exercise and how often do you do it? List 4 things that you feel you could do on a daily basis to improve the quality of your health. Similar to what you did with your relationship, I want you to take a few minutes to review your answers. Were you really honest with yourself? If not, go back and change your answers and be brutally honest with yourself. Right. So now you should have a general idea of what type of shape your relationships are in and how you rate yourself and your level of health and fitness. We are halfway there. The next exercise is short and should be fun. We are going to discover what your passions are and where you are in the area of personal growth. Exercise 3. Personal growth. Do you have any hobbies? And if so, what are they? Do you have any hobbies that you would like to pursue? And if so, what are they? What is your highest level of education? Are you happy with that level? Have you ever thought of returning to school or furthering your education? If so, what level would you like to achieve, or what would you like to study? Do you enjoy learning new things? Do you enjoy traveling or experiencing new cultures? Is there anything you feel you are passionate about? And if so, what is it? How often do you read? What do you enjoy reading? Can you play a musical instrument? And if so, which ones? Is there a musical instrument you would like to learn to play? And if so, which one? List as many things you can think of that you would like to learn before you die. The point of the previous exercise was to get you to think of some things or activities that can assist you in growing to become more. All too often, we get so caught up in making a living and doing what we have to do to survive that we lose sight of our passions or simply stop investing in our personal growth. Sadly, the area of personal growth is without a doubt the most overlooked area of the 4. So many times I have come across individuals who want to change careers, however, they have never managed to learn the skills required to go into the profession they desire, or would love to write a book, however, never seem to find the time to do so. Simply put, they get caught in the trap of everyday life. If you take only one thing away from this book, let it be this. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the trap of everyday life. Learn a new skill or improve an existing one each and every day of your life. As the saying goes, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. As I am sure you have figured out by now, I have saved the best for last. The area of your finances. Hopefully, this is an area you have almost mastered. However, based on what I know from the national average, few of us ever really do. As with the previous exercises, please answer the following questions as honestly as you possibly can. Exercise 4. Business, career, and finances. If you had to, could you live for 1 year on your savings without going into debt? If not, how long do you feel you can get by? How well do you feel you perform your job or in your profession? What percent of your weekly pay do you save for retirement? Have you been late paying bills within the last 12 months? Do you feel you are a good credit risk? On a daily basis, do you feel you give 100% on your job or chosen profession? If not, what percentage do you believe you give? Are you happy with what you're doing for a living? Do you feel you earn what you're worth? Do you feel you're paid too much? Name 4 skills you have acquired within the last 12 months which enable you to perform better in your job or profession. Do you have a hard time paying your bills each month? Are you satisfied with your current standard of living? Are your annual earnings higher than your age? For an example, if you are 40 years old, do you earn more than $40,000 per year? If you use credit cards, do you pay off the balance every month? Do you own or rent your home? Do you consider yourself successful in your career or profession? Are you satisfied with your current income? If you are an employee, how would you say your boss or employer would rate you? If you are self-employed or a business owner, how do you think your customers, clients, or employees would rate you? Now that you have completed all the exercises, you should be in a strong position to evaluate exactly where you are in all 4 of the key areas. And that's exactly what I want you to do right now. Take a few minutes to review your answers in each of the 4 exercises. Then, I want you to rate yourself in each of the key areas based on your answers using the following scale. 1, poor. 2, fair. 3, successful. 4, excellent. Take note of how you rated yourself in each of the 4 key areas below. Relationships, health and fitness, personal growth, business, career, and finances. In the next chapter, we're going to begin the process of bridging the gap between where you are now and where you want to be in each of the 4 key areas.